3, 2, 1. Welcome in, you filthy degenerates. Much love, Trav here. And if you're a planeswalker, a wizard, a gamer, or a curious internet person, you're in the right place. As today we are going to be playing with this $5 budget, modern to the people, countryside rage deck. And thanks to everyone who hyped it up and is here to participate, as our goal is just to win a game, pretty simply. That's the whole goal of the series, is to win a game. It's not a super competitive thing. I think it will go well against um, Mulligan, 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 keep, and concede. Doesn't always work. It's 50-50 to even play a game. Although, I will tell you, I already recorded with the deck and won a match mulliganing to 2. But the audio really sucked, and I wanted to re-record, so we're gonna try again. What the fuck? Yeah, deck doesn't work about half the time because you have to draw a Countryside Crusher. You don't necessarily need to have it immediately, but it definitely helps if you see it sometime. Okay, and we go ahead and keep this. So again, the deck, if you're hoping for top tier competitive, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that is not at all what this deck is. If you're hoping for bang for your buck, you get a version of this deck for $2, and it will win some games in the casual room. And that's going to be our goal for today and for the series. I might run the other video as well, but I think that this, I didn't like the audio, and also I thought that, yeah, I didn't like that video for other reasons. Bam, always yield, always stop, oops, always yield, and okay, and always yield, and attack you for a bunch. And then there's our double strike card to finish the deal. Okay, so now that we know how the deck works, let's go ahead and see if we can compete and beat a human. If we play against like a super competitive deck, I'm just going to scoop out. If it's really controlling, I'm going to scoop out. We really, our best shot is probably against green ramp or some kind of combo, or some kind of maybe an aggro deck we could win. If the opponent has a bunch of removal and counter spells, probably not viable. Now, for those of you who are new here, welcome in. This channel, we do gameplay, we do card reviews, we talk about various things, and I also kind of vlog and rant in the videos. It's not all magic all the time. I try to share one really powerful idea in every video. As we're here, mulligan. I think we got a little bit unlucky. I think we're about 50-50 to see a crusher in the opening hand. Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe 40%. And we shouldn't have to mulligan all the time. Just some of the time, half the time. But again, in the other video, 1 from 2, but the audio sucked. And anyways, so here's the powerful thing I want to share with you today, that setbacks are motivation to grind harder and move forward. And I feel this because I knock on a lot of doors, and some of them close. I spin a lot of pots, and I juggle a lot of things, and I try a lot of things, and about half of them, hello? If the opponent doesn't respond within 15 seconds, I'm going to quit out and play someone else. Actually, it's already been a minute, and they're not there, so that's too long for me. Time is money, baby. So, yeah, if you have a setback, if you hear no, if you get some bad news, if things don't play exactly how you were hoping or how you were wanting, think about this. If you had heard yes, if it had gone exactly as you were hoping, then you cross that off the bucket list. There isn't really motivation to keep climbing the mountain. You're up there, and you get complacent, and you don't necessarily accomplish what you're hoping to accomplish. My experience, Army Mage 420 Blaze It, my experience, when things don't go exactly as planned, that is when my hustle comes out. That is when I make unexpected moves. That is when I make the big plays. That is when I make the important life adjustments. That is when I make the important connections. That is when I take the necessary risks. I know about 98% of you listening are men, and especially for you guys, if you if everything is too easy, if you don't have major setbacks, then what are we doing playing against this in the just for fun room? Delver. It's not really a just for fun deck. Yeah, if everything, if things go too easy for you, and you don't, it's easy, it's very easy to have a complacent life where you don't accomplish all your dreams, all the things that you were hoping to accomplish. I'm gonna concede this match because I'm not here to you're in the wrong room, bro. This is the just for fun room. It's the casual room. Again, goal with the deck is to win a game, if not a match. It's not to, and we'll play until that gets done. Hopefully it will get done today, but I'll be back if it does not. So yeah, pretty much think about something that hasn't gone perfect for you and how that is really actually a blessing. And I hope that inspires you to go for the things that you want in life, to chase the life that you really want, the things that you want to accomplish. I hope that inspires you. As we wait for this game to get going, uh, as we're here, I also want to thank the patrons. I want to thank everyone that subscribes. I want to give a shout out to those of you who mentioned that me walking around makes you sick. I know a few of you have actually unsubscribed for that reason, but I also want to explain that um, in my life, I tend to make the decision to do whatever I think is healthier, basically. So, um, I, uh, that's important for me because my mission is not just to like make the best gaming content or anything like that. I want to help people move, think, and feel better. So if a few of you can't stand the movement, but the rest of you, but like two of you are inspired to move more, to to walk more, and that improves your life, then it is 100% worth it for me. Here we're up against black. We're not very great against discard. Gruul draws Assassin is something we can beat. And we're not necessarily great against removal, but based on what we've seen, I think we have a decent chance. If the opponent levels this up to level 4, it will just crush our crushers. That's a great draw. So we've got a decent chance of a turn 4 kill, if not a turn 5 kill. This will happen on turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. So the assassin could be maybe problematic. We'll see what the opponent does with it. Yeah, once again, shout out to everyone who is subscribed, and I'm very excited. I'm really doubling down on YouTube here, and I'm excited to see where YouTube takes us. I feel that this channel is going to have 100,000 subs in a year or 2 years. Not exactly. Maybe it's bigger, maybe it's smaller, maybe it takes longer, maybe it happens sooner. But if you are here for a while, I think that you'll be like, yeah, I was here from the beginning. By the way, we've taken 14 seconds this game, and the opponent has taken 2 minutes. I'm not one not to I'm impatient, and I also want to share this thought with you that impatience is a virtue. It's something we talked about before, but I said, yo, man up and take action because you might die tomorrow, and if you push everything back to tomorrow, eventually you will die today. And sometimes you got to be impatient and just start making moves towards where you want to be. I actually feel that one of my biggest personal strengths is my impatience. I tend to be pretty patient and long-term oriented, but I can also be pretty impatient and impulsive in making moves today, and I think that is a strength, as it's not hard for me to start new projects, and I happen to have the patience to finish a lot of them as well. But again, You know, I start a lot of things, and not all of them work. Some of them get shut down. Interesting. Whenever Vampire Envoy becomes tapped, you gain 1 life. Okay. And we are down to 17. See if we can win a game in 30 seconds of gameplay. So we've got the Crusher, we've got Tamer Battle Rage. If the opponent can't remove this thing, then we're going to remove them. I also want to shout out to this opponent. They seem to be a noob, definitely on Magic Online with how slowly they're playing, but that's okay because it gives us more time to talk. As I've said before, I think one of the beautiful things about Magic is the downtime. Actually makes it a great platform to share more and to talk more about other sorts of ideas, whereas a game like Hearthstone has no downtime, which makes the gameplay better in many ways, but it makes it a lot harder to. There aren't opportunities to talk about other things. Also, for those of you guys who have been watching this summer or this spring, um, what is this? It gets -1. Opponent has 2 cards. Are they going to kill our Countryside Crusher? They'll have to kill this one and then the next one. What's happening right now? Put a. Oh, the opponent is sacrificing. I think they're going to die. Yeah, so basically, I live in a place that has about uh, 10 to 20,000 population. The 10,000 is the permanent residents, and then the 20,000, or the extra 10,000, is students. So um, basically, the foot traffic and the car traffic might double in a month's time, and then that will be interesting. And if you're watching in the winter, if I'm still here, then I don't know if I'm going to be outside or what, but the cool thing about where I'm living in Arcata is the weather doesn't fluctuate above about 70 degrees and doesn't fluctuate below 40 degrees Fahrenheit year round. It's a really, really temperate place, which is really cool. All right, all we need to do is flip about 10 cards, and we will win. Hey! Hey, always yield. I can I can get behind that. Battery's starting to go low, but I think we're gonna get our game win. I don't plan on having more play videos with the deck because it's really a repetitive deck. It is, you know, you get what you expect to get. We might come back, deck tech the non-budget version, the more fun version. But I want to put this out there for those of you who have like $5 and are, hey, I want a kind of semi-competitive deck. What can I do for $5? I'm gonna let the opponent know about F6. If you hit F6 key, it skips through everything. Everything. Big time saver. I like to educate people on how to save time. Alright, so 40-40 double strike trample. I think that is going to get the job done. And game win is successful. We'll play out the match, but if you want an encore, let me know. I don't plan on doing it. I'll probably will have the non-budget version, or we just come back tomorrow with the other $5. Nice. So we won a game, and I'm not going to sideboard. I just have the fling to kind of show off. So yeah, that was cool. The opponent's deck is not clearly is also quite budget, but is not a terrible thing. So it was cool. This deck is actually pretty decent against anything that doesn't have like a bunch of interaction outside of the creatures. Obviously, like if the opponent is trying to attack and block their way through, and they can't win by turn 4, this deck's actually pretty good. So I think that let's go workout of the day here. Up. So, again, I like to promote fitness. I like to promote health. I think that gaming is a good platform for this, and there's so much waiting in Magic that it makes a good vehicle for that. Um, and if you're watching and you want to do the workout of the day, I encourage you to get up and pick up anything, put it on your shoulder, move around, walk around, think about what you want to accomplish, the type of body you want to have, fitness level you want to have, and do one real small thing today to move towards that. So, Karan, Ross Flow, you're very slow, bro, but you're a noob, and noobs are cute, and I don't want to alienate noobs. I want to bring them in, so I'm willing to wait for you in this case. Feedback from you. Do you want to see more games and matches with this deck in the tournament practice room? Do you want to see me play against a deck like Delver? I personally don't want to even try it. Do you want to see highly edited videos where all the downtime is cut out? I don't really want to do that either. Are you sick and nauseous from me walking around? What we can do right now is, if you have not yet followed me on Snapchat, if you're not yet on Snapchat, make an account, follow me, Travis D. Wu. It's a good way to ask me anything at any time. It is a cool way to share daily stuff, kind of behind the scenes things, and it's a good way to hear about the live streams that I do and certain videos that I put out. And I mentioned that YouTube is a big part of what I'm doing. I've got 4 YouTube channels. Make sure to subscribe to all of them. The new one, How to Internet Better, I'm very excited about. That channel is all about. We've only taken a minute and 20 seconds. Ooh, we've taken 1 minute so far, and the opponent has taken 6. So opponent is 6 times slower than us. Mulligan. Pretty much mulligan until you hit Crusher. Opponent went to 5, and I'll go to 2. I'm not gonna go to 1 because it's not really. I don't think 1. Actually, 1 might be better. 1 might be better. All right, let's see if we can do anything. How to internet better is going to be a lot of tips on basically how to save time on the internet, social media strategy, Facebook strategy, Twitter strategy. Um, Lots of cool stuff like that. And I have there's a link to that in the description. I have my athletic channel you should check out, and I have my personal channel, youtube.com/TravisWu. So I've got a lot of cool stuff you might like. Some of you will like some of it. One of you might like all of it. Some of you will not like much of it. Some of you are just here for the magic. And, geez, did I already mention how impatient I am? I'm very impatient. And, um, I am. Ooh, so here's a thought that I had, and this might offend a few of you. I don't really live in a world in my head where I'm scared of offending everyone. So, I mean, some of you might not like this, and this isn't even to hate on people. Like, I hadn't really considered if you're super obsessive compulsive, um, that it really slows things down, as far as drafts go and stuff like that. So, in some ways, I'm obsessive compulsive. I definitely wouldn't describe myself as being truly OCD. But if you are, I hadn't really if you're very OCD, I hadn't really considered how it can like slow down shuffling and stuff like that. And I don't know that like anyone's like, oh, I'm OCD and I'm seriously offended. If you are, then um, I'm not. I'm just saying I feel you, basically. But me and you don't necessarily get along that well playing Magic because I'm like really, really impatient. So I was just throwing that out there. It's a thought that I had, And one of the things that I try to do when playing to make it more entertaining, because I know also a lot of you, some of you don't even watch the games, you just put on YouTube at night and end up listening, is I try to just go kind of no filter, stream of consciousness, a monologue. And by the way, also, if you meet me in real life, I'm not at all like this because I produce so much on the internet, but in real life, I want to consume. I want to sit back. I want to listen. I want to learn. I want to give people a chance to speak. And we're gonna go inside the house when the computer reaches 7%, but my volume level is going to change because currently I've got 4 roommates. 2 of them don't actually stay here, really. One of them is on a graveyard shift and sleeps during the day, and it's kind of a small house, so I'm gonna respect his sleepiness. Meanwhile, the opponent's doing a whole bunch of nothing. We're doing a whole bunch of nothing. I do want to finish the match. Skulk and Death Touch. I don't really want it to take hours. I mean, it could take another 18 minutes, possibly, to try to win. Because at this point, I'm going to pass the turn because we want to use the... Actually, I should have attacked. Is it too late? No, it's not too... It is too late to attack. Oh well. Yeah, basically, Get to Encampment can block the Shambling Goblin, but it would shrink our encampment, and we can't actually block the Rancid Rats. 3. Whenever you gain life, Nurkon Assassin gains Death Touch until end of turn. Okay, so I'm going to give it, perhaps, I'm not going to use the Get to Encampment here. I might give it like one more turn and then concede for the sake of time. I don't know how many of you are in like a real rush to see a win. I kind of am, really. And by the way, I said victory condition of this series is to win a a game, not a match. So I'm actually gonna concede and just go for a new hand here. And that was a good decision, as Countryside Crusher just sometimes is going to elude us, not always going to see it. And we've submitted. We're back, and hopefully we see that opening hand with the Crusher in it. We did, so that's good. The opponent keeps 7, so we should have a good battle. By a good battle, I mean we'll either trample over or get totally obliterated. This deck is the definition of a glass cannon. If the opponent can even remove the one card or the one piece, the whole house of cards collapses. Okay? Basically, if the opponent has a removal spell, it's game, folks. If they don't, though, then victory is assured. Come on, buddy. You got it. Battery is very low. We're going to move in and volume adjust. Turn the volume up if it's not perfect here. So we are about to go for this shit, bruh. Yeah. Countryside Crusher is in play. And either the opponent removes it or it's going to remove them. Pretty simple. My attempt to educate the opponent about F6. Yeah, they're very noob. What is Skulk? They don't even know what their cards do. So it's a good deck if you're starting out. Perhaps good for noobs. Again, it's not the best tournament deck, but hey, if we win a match here, I'll be pretty stoked on that, even if we're beating a brand new player. Okay. So I'll see if they have removal spell. I mean, if they do, we're pretty much fucked. If they don't, then I like our chances a lot. Interesting. Enchant creature can't block. That's okay though. Ooh, we can go for a draw and play again. That'd be interesting. Can't block. Um, but we still have this ability. Always yield. So we can play another Crusher. And I think I'm gonna trade 6 life. Or maybe I'm gonna use Ghost Quarter and um, trade. Always yield to this. Trade 8 life. Okay, so we're in pretty good shape to win next turn. That might have been incorrect attack. Um, Perhaps too greedy, but I want to basically try to end the game as soon as possible. Uh, Tamir Battle Rage the next turn. We have a 1 in 3 chance of drawing the Battle Rage, otherwise we're going to draw another Crusher, and then perhaps have to wait. If we wait, maybe the opponent can come back and win somehow. Let me tell you, I'm just beginning. No worries. Um, Patient. I told you that ooh, Bloodline Seeker. I recognize it's a noob, so I'm going to complain a little bit, but not to the opponent so much. I have tried to teach the opponent, so I think that I'm perhaps have good person points from that. Okay, there's another Crusher. 6/6 Skulk. I don't really want to attack into it. What is this? I'm just going to play another Crusher, and pretty much when we draw Tamir Battle Rage, we should be able to win. And then we're 50-50 to hit it on the next turn. We could have traded the Crusher for Rancid Rats. I don't really want to do that. And looks like the opponent has clicked on a card. You can tell over here, waiting for them to pay costs. And a Sangir Vampire, one of my earliest and favorite cards. And we're 50-50 to win on this turn right now. 8, 6. Okay, 50-50. 2 cards enter the revealed card zone. That's kind of insanity, though. Tamir Battle Rage. So if we attack with this Crusher, we attack with both Crushers. What's going to happen? The opponent could block and double block. And actually, I like attacking with this one too because it's a 10-10 and we're at 11 life. So I believe that's going to be a kill. Just actually not necessarily. The opponent blocks here, here, and here. And well, they haven't done it perfect, so they're going to die. Oh, actually, yeah, this is enough to kill. As we're gonna go Tamir Battle Rage, and we're gonna win the match at 1 life. So let's go back outside for the wrap up here. Come along with me. Jesus Christ, and 3 and 2. Yeah, welcome back. I hope you found that enjoyable. It was a slow match against a beginner. Clearly, it's a just for fun deck. I hope you were perhaps inspired by the energy that I shared during this. And if you made it all the way to the end, awesome. Thank you so much. Make sure to go in the description box and click every link. And for those of you who want to see more of the deck, let me know. I think I will probably not because that was pretty slow and somewhat boring, and we actually unlocked the achievement that I wanted to unlock. It's pretty repetitive deck, and I'm more excited about moving on to more $5 budget decks and more fun, uh, more complex decks as well. So let me know what you think in the comments. Mission accomplished, pretty sweet. I appreciate you for listening, and I hope you got a lot of value from it. And I'm excited to see you back here tomorrow. Take care.